Hey everyone, welcome to Coaching Changes Lives. So glad you can join us in this coming video. Now, if you're new to our channel, do remember to hit the subscribe button and notification bell because you want to stay tuned to all the exciting video contents that we have for you every single week. Now, we hope to present to you something really exciting to really help you improve your coaching, your conversational skills, your speaking engagements, as well as your leadership. Now, in this channel, we share with you tips and tricks and strategies and tactics and techniques to really help empower you to become a better conversationalist. So whether you're beginning your journey as a coach, or maybe you're exploring what coaching is and how it can help you, this channel is the right place for you. So every week we come to you with a lot of new ideas for you to expand your horizons from different cultures, different learnings, different backgrounds. And so my goal is to really help you to become a better coach, right? So I also look forward to hearing from you, to engage with you from all over the world, and this channel is just doing just that, okay? So today we can look at the ICF competency number 11 on managing progress and accountability. Now, this is one of the most important competency ever, because it's not just about creating designs, not just about creating awareness, but what is it that we're going to do? How do we move forward in this? So even if the client has the insights, even if the client has all the learnings, but if the client doesn't integrate the learnings, it will just stay as learnings. What we want the client to do is to take forward, assimilate them, and make them actualize. So moving from visualization to actualization. Now, so what we're going to look at is that the ICF competency number 11. So if you have not watched our previous videos from number 1 to number 10, I encourage you to pause this video right now, watch from number 1 to 10, and so this number 11 will make complete sense for you. Let's take a look at what ICF defines competency number 11 as. So managing progress and accountability, ICF says this, that the ability to hold attention on what is important for the client and to leave responsibility with the client to take action. So the person who has the responsibility is not the coach. The coach is not there to do the action. The client is there to do the action. We as coaches are there to inspire action, but the client is the one taking full responsibility for the action. So remember this, in competency number 11 is the responsibility of the client. The responsibility of the coach is to the client. The responsibility of the client is for their results. It's going to be a very important distinction that we must make. And the accountability process as well is to create accountability for the client to hold themselves accountable to move them forward. So think about this. If you go to a gym, if you go for a fitness regime, if we don't have a physical fitness or maybe a personal trainer, sometimes we may be lazy. At times we may not push ourselves further because there's someone to count. So for example, if today I feel a bit tired, I feel a bit lazy, maybe perhaps I wouldn't go for my fitness regime today. Is that right? Is that wrong? Well, there's nothing right and wrong in that. It's just that we need someone to push us forward, to help us keep accounting towards our progress. If your outcome is important for you, if your dream matters to you, you want to set an accountability process, an accountability journey as well. Okay, so let me share with you some points you can consider as we're building the accountability process. Number 1, you want to clearly request the client actions that will move the client toward their desired goals or stated goals. Demonstrate follow-through by asking client about those actions that the client committed to during the previous sessions. So you look at the previous sessions, what has been done, how has the follow-through been done, has it been acknowledged, acknowledges the client for what they have done, not done, learned, or become aware of since the previous coaching sessions. Effectively prepares and organizes and reviews with the client information obtained during the sessions, and keeps the client on track between sessions by holding attention on the coaching plan and outcomes and agreed upon course of actions and topics for further or future sessions. So that's going to be very important in managing the progress and accountability. So what is really stated here is that what you want is this: when we design or when we manage progress, it's about helping the client to follow through. Many times we have many beautiful plans and action steps and know-hows and the SMART goals and everything, but if there's no follow-through, nothing's done. If there's no follow-through, there is no commitment, there's no accountability, nothing will appear from there, nothing will blossom from there. So what's important is that how do we help the client to follow through what they say they're going to do? Because at the end of the day, right, if the client doesn't achieve the outcome, it has nothing to do with me. If the client has not achieved the outcome, it's everything for them, because it's for them. And it's to my interest as a coach to inspire them to follow through, to help them take the actions forward. Now, if they didn't follow through from the previous sessions, then I'll check in with them and say, what has happened? What anything that's stuck? What was holding you back from achieving all that you said you're going to do? Last session, you were so inspired. You said, yes. What has happened from the last session to now that caused that change and shift in you? Explore that with the client as well. Okay? Next. We're going to look at number 6, which is focuses on the client or on the coaching plan, but is also open to adjusting behaviors and actions based on the coaching process and shifts in direction during the sessions. And is able to move back and forth between the big picture of where the client is heading, setting a context for what is being discussed, and where the client wishes to go. Promotes client self-discipline and holds the clients accountable for what they say they're going to do, for the results of an intended action, or for a specific plan with related time frames. Develops the client's ability to make decisions, address key concerns, and develop themselves to get feedback, to determine priorities, and set the pace of learning, to reflect on and learn from experiences. Positively confronts the client with the fact that they did not take the agreed upon actions. So this is going to be very important. Across the multi-sessions approach, if the client has not accomplished the task that they said they can do from the last session, in this session, we want to ask the client, hey, Mr. Client, you said you were going to do this the last time, but why haven't you done it? Why haven't you taken action? Why haven't you applied the learnings that you said you're going to do? Why haven't you done that? Right? So that approach is going to be very important for the client to realize, hey, I wanted to achieve this, but why am I not doing it? Right? Now we're doing it with unconditional love and unconditional positive regard for them. So we're not saying that, oh, you see, it's your fault that you're not doing this, or we're becoming very judgmental in our voice, our tone. No, we're coming in very neutral. We're here to support the client. We're here to challenge the client and say, hey, Mr. Client, you said you want to achieve this last time, but right now what I'm hearing from you is that you're not able to keep and follow through all that you said you're going to do. How are we going to move forward in this? How are we going to help you to move forward in that? Okay, that's what we can do, right? In this whole process, helping the client to gain deeper understanding about where they're going forward. Okay, so let's take a look at the ICF competency rating list as we break down all these different components to help you get a better understanding of where we're going forward. We want to see that the client is staying focused on what is important for the client and holding them accountable towards their progress. So here at the ACC level, the coach tends to suggest forms of accountability that may feel a bit parental in nature. So, it's like as if a parent is telling a child what to do, so it feels a little parental, and accountability tends to be one-dimensional. Okay, at the PCC level, coach is in some partnership with the client, develops methods of accountability. So it's not just me trying to impose accountability process, but we develop together. And the methods are often reflective of or use of coach training tools. So sometimes in your coaching training, you may learn different tools for accountability process, but that is still designed by the coach. What we want is to co-create with the client. And how do we do that? At the MCC level, we'll begin to look at the coach has the client determine their own methods of accountability and offer support to those methods. And the client helps determine or determines totally who should be on their accountability team and how to use each person, including the coach. And the coach trusts the client to be accountable to themselves and lovingly calls the client to account or discussion if agreed upon forward movement does not occur. So then we talk about if you have multiple sessions with a client, in the next session when we check in with the client, how has the client been working on the problem, right? Has the client accomplished those? If the client has not, lovingly love them and say, hey, Mr. Client, from the last session you mentioned that you wanted to achieve this, but why hasn't it been done? What was holding you back? How could we help you into this session to really help you move forward in this? Really loving them and showing them kindness in this process as well. So there you have competency number 11, planning and goal setting, and also managing progress and accountability, which is going to be very important for your ICF competency practice as well. So 9, 10, and 11, we talked about it in the previous videos as well. 9, design and actions. 10, design, planning and goal setting. 11, managing progress and accountability. They all come together as one whole, and they are helping the client to facilitate learning and growth. In the updated ICF competency, it also refers to competency number 8, which is facilitating clients' learnings and growth. So we're going to look at the new updated competencies in the subsequent videos as well. But for this year, if you are actually applying for your ICF credentialing this year, this will still apply to you. The 11 competencies will still apply to you all the way up to the first quarter of next year. So if you're still joining us in this program, don't worry, there's not much changes, right? But I'll tell the differences in each one of them and how to help you become how to help you become a better coach, right? That doesn't mean that, oh, you're going to relearn everything. No, it's going to help you to actually go deeper in your coaching conversation with the client. So I want to encourage you, this is for competency 11, to think about how do we tie in the multi-session approach? How do you extract learnings from session number 1 to number 2 to number 3 to really weave in the threads so that the client begins to get deeper clarity of where they came from and where they're going to go forward in. Okay, so if you like this video, hit a thumbs up and I'll see you in our next video.